Hey, what's up YouTube? Just making a video on me moving my tanks. People asked me to talk about it, so alright, to start off with, as you guys know, I have several tanks. It's going to take a while regardless, so I kind of have a plan. Can I zoom out on this thing? Nope. I got a plan. So my plan is to dump the rest of this water out right here, out of this 20 gallon right here. And this 55 is about halfway. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Maybe. It's about halfway, so what I'm going to do is dump all the water from that 55 down in here. And then I have a couple buckets. I have this bucket. I have 2 more buckets. I would highly recommend, gotta open the door. I would highly recommend anybody that's going to do big water transfer to have extra tanks and extra buckets. There's another bucket. If you don't have an extra bucket, go out to Walmart and buy one of those little plastic things right there. They're 18 gallons. And you can transfer basically 20 gallons of water in one of those things. And you know, you got to realize, even if you only you don't really want the plastic container, they're good to store fish stuff. Like I have a couple of those containers, plastic containers, just to store fish stuff. So they're really good to have just in general. You know, plastic containers. I have another 20 gallon right here, so I'm going to clean this one out, clean this desk out basically. And I'm going to move this 55 onto this desk. After I clean it out, here's where the tanks are going. It's going to be a little mini wall right here. And what I'm going to do is move that 55 up top onto this desk. I'm going to get that water from that 55 and fill up the 55 that will be up here. And then I'll move this whole station, this whole thing, the whole rack and everything at the stand, right to this area, right here. And then what I'm going to do is the water that's in this 55, I'm just going to drain down to that bottom 55, then move that 55 up to the top, and then water from all the other places fill up that other 55. So I'm going to do a water change of maybe 50% for both the tanks, so it's not a big movement of a bunch of water, if that makes any sense. So, you know, it's good to do a big water change here and there, 50 to even 70-80% occasionally. I wouldn't do it all the time, but some fish need it. Sometimes you need to do that. So, you know, that being said, I mean, this is at 50%. Honestly, I could throw away another 2 buckets out of this tank and then go ahead and move the water. Same thing with this. I could literally do a 50% water change and only keep 50% of the water. So, excuse me. That's what I might end up doing, is just setting these up today over there and have them at 50%, and then, you know, slowly filling them up or filling them up all the way. So, but that's what's going on. I recommend anybody that's going to be doing anything like that, moving a bunch of tanks, have a plan. If you're going to move to a new house, if it's not within like 20 minutes or so, you know, if it's like 40-50 minutes away, I honest to God would recommend somebody just sell all your plants, sell all your fish. Or if you have a family member where you can store a tank, move a tank for the time being to their house, set it up, and then move your other stuff if you have more than one tank. It's just a pain. Something else I would talk about with having more than one aquarium. You got to realize, if my friend lives down the street, maybe a mile, maybe 2 miles. Let's say maybe 2 miles for sure. 2 miles down the road. And his water is completely 100% different from my water. So that's something you got to think about if you have delicate fish or shrimp or things like that, even aquatic plants. I know I'm subscribed to a couple YouTubers out there. Loop Diesel's one of them. He talked about how he was growing his plants really well, and then come to find out they're no good. His water's no good. That happens quite a lot more often than people realize it. And you got to realize, maybe not just aquatic plants, maybe fish also. I know when I lived 30 minutes south of here, Harrisonville, I couldn't have a fish tank because my water was so freaking hard. If I did try to have a fish, like, I'd constantly have to be using pH stuff, all that kind of crap. And my parents put a water softener, and I couldn't even keep a beta alive. And betas are super easy to keep. So, you know, it's just something you got to think about when you're moving. And obviously, if you're just moving tanks from one room to another, my recommendation is be smart about it. Don't try to force it. Don't sit there. Take your time. You know, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be playing on the iPad while I'm doing this. I'm going to empty that out, take a little break. You don't want to get to the point where you're so frustrated with it, you're so tired. I don't have anybody help me, so it's just me. Last time I rushed it, I ended up getting a cracked tank. So that really sucks. Speaking about tanks, if you are in the United States, Petco is having their dollar sale on fish tanks. So you can get a 55 for $55. So that is a hell of a deal. You can't top that. You can get $20 gallon for $20. It's just the tank only. So honestly, if you're gonna get if you're gonna get something higher than a 20 gallon, it's worth it. 10 gallon, you could always get a 10 gallon for $10. Tax meaning $12, $13. So if you're gonna get something above a 20 gallon, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. So, I personally would go get another 55, but I don't have the space for it and whatnot. So, but yeah, this is the video. Just figured I'd go ahead and show you guys. Today, my goal is just to move this right here. Nothing else, just this 55 setup. And, if I have the energy for it, fill them all up, and, I'll show it later. If I don't finish it today, it'll be pretty damn close. So, I want to make sure I make room in the hallway too. Basically, I want to get it where the tanks are here, this is gone, this is all cleaned up, and it's a lot cleaner here, so my pathway to my room is a clean pathway. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Questions, comments, check out Petco, they're running a sale. Like I said, it's not worth it unless you're getting something above a 10 gallon. So, they got 20s, 30s, or 29s, 40 breeders, 55s. If you're into aquatic plants, I would recommend a 40 gallon, 40 breeder. They're a little bit deeper, so you get more space. If you like driftwoods and things like that, 40 breeder hands down, because you can get more intricate pieces. So I hope you guys enjoyed. That's about it. Otherwise, if you don't really care about plants and you're kind of so-so but you want fish, 55. 29 is good too. This is a 20. So, alright. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm rambling now. Where's my hand? Where the hell's the camera? Oh, there it is. Peace out. Sorry, last time I flipped it the other way. Peace.